Winter in Wisconsin. It can be brutal, but it can also be beautiful and fun. So bundle up, because we're exploring Wisconsin's winter wonderlands.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
This is an anthem for those who look for more and never say they've seen it all. Windows down, let's take a ride. The good land's great tonight.
Wisconsinites are no strangers to the cold and snow that winter brings. But rather than hunker down and hibernate, we know a thing or two about embracing the winter months. And today, we're exploring 4 communities across the state that take winter recreation to a whole new level. First, let's head north, way north, to St. Germain. St. Germain is basically in the heart of the North Woods, middle of Vilas County, amidst a bunch of beautiful freshwater lakes and a lot of dense, wonderful forest with a lot of trails. So it's ideal all year round, but really for winter sports and winter activities and recreation, can't be beat. You know, with the everyday grind of your day-to-day, it's more important than ever to get out, get away, and play. That's why hundreds of people come from all over the Midwest here to St. Germain for their ultimate winter celebration, the Arctic Warrior.
The Arctic Warrior is Wisconsin's coolest outdoor obstacle competition. We do also offer a 5 and 10K snowshoe competition, and it's just a really great time to get people outside in the winter and be active.
It's sunny, so it's just nice and crisp out there on the lake, and it's beautiful. You just hear the crunch under your feet from your snowshoes.
Obstacles are anything that little kids can do, it up to people in their 80s if they want to be out here, so anybody can enjoy the fun. We have the coolest obstacle, which is called the Crow's Nest. You will climb up the cargo net, you will take a 360 view of the lake, and then you'll slide on down it. We always have the ever-popular tire crawl where you have to go through the tires. We have a dumpster dive where you have to get in the dumpster and dive in there. The awards are really just for the most spirited team in the obstacle competition. We don't want to make it that pressure that you have to finish. It's really just about having a great time. It can be a little chilly here in Wisconsin in January, but people are pumped up for it. They're happy. There's always a smile on everybody's face throughout the whole race.
I did several of these obstacles, and everything from fat tire biking to the tunnel crawl, and it's arduous, let's put it that way. One of the fun things with the Arctic Warrior is the whole community gets involved, and there's a lot of sponsors that are local businesses here. They just set up the obstacle and man it, and basically everybody just has fun with it. So Kenny, tell us about the obstacle in this part of the Arctic Warrior here.
Well, we give them a challenge. We're more than 2/3 of the way through by the time they hit our place. And we put them through their paces. They're crawling over stuff, they're going under stuff, they're having to exert themselves. And they're ready for a break, and nobody seemed to be really cold today by the time they got to our obstacle. They were working to get here. So even on a day when the highs were in the single digits, I think our contestants did great.
So what's it like to be a sponsor of this Arctic Warrior race?
Well, you feel like you're part of something, and being able to work together with people and watching the contestants have fun doing it, I mean, it makes it worth it.
I think people participate in the Arctic Warrior because, first of all, in the dead of winter, you need a fun outdoor activity that a lot of people can participate in. You work up a sweat, getting warm, having fun, out in the cold, at times when people are normally burrowed inside. You get a little exercise, you have a lot of fun, so it's just the perfect activity for midwinter in the North Woods.
There's no shortage of winter recreation all across Wisconsin, but one of the best places to conquer all of your favorite cold weather activities has to be Merrimac.
I love winter in Wisconsin. It is one of my favorite seasons, believe it or not. You've got to embrace it, and Sauk County is absolutely gorgeous. So I am going to attempt snowboarding here at Devil's Head Resort in Merrimac.
Devil's Head is a 4-season ski and golf resort. We're one of the bigger ski areas in the Midwest. We have 32 runs and we have 7 chairlifts. We have 500 vertical feet. That's the highest vertical this close to Chicago. We're a full-service resort. We have everything from lift tickets, rentals. We're one of the only ski areas that offers daycare while the parents can go out and ski. We have a really awesome ski school with instructors that do a really nice job of teaching beginners. We're really close to Devil's Lake State Park. We're on the same bluff, so the terrain is pretty steep and makes for really good skiing.
Now, typically when it comes to snow sports, I'm a little more comfortable on two skis than I am a snowboard, but in the spirit of getting out of one's comfort zone, I thought maybe I'd give snowboarding a try.
I'm gonna ride with you on this side.
Okay.
So swivel your right foot forward and I'm gonna ride down the slopes with you like this. Yep, there you go. All right, you got dance moves too.
I fell probably 30 times. I think anytime you're gonna try skiing or snowboarding, a sport like that for the first time, you have to be okay with falling down. And then once I got that out of my system and it started to kind of click for me, I felt the confidence kind of coming in and I was making it down the hill with a lot fewer spills, which was fun.
Zipping down steep slopes may not be the ideal winter activity for everyone, but Merrimac's gorgeous natural areas are perfect for other winter activities. Snowshoe along the trails of the Merrimac Preserve, or try to reel in a prize catch beneath the ice of one of the region's beautiful lakes. And if you're craving something hot and homemade when you're on the ice, all good things start with an H at this lakefront pizza joint.
We delivered out on the ice. As long as we know where their ice shack is, they can get good hot food. Everything's homemade, our breads are homemade, our sauces are homemade. The specialty is the deep dish Chicago-style pizza. Our large pizza weighs over 10 pounds. It's got over 2 pounds of cheese on it. It is gooey and wonderful.
Merrimac's winter appeal goes beyond outdoor recreation. There are plenty of comfy spots in the area where you can just unwind and enjoy time with friends and family. Rustic Ridge Cabins provide the perfect setting for a winter weekend getaway.
Rustic Ridge is on 10 acres, and we spaced the cabins 150 feet apart. When you're out on our deck, you can't see the neighboring cabin, which everyone likes the privacy. They can just sit back and relax.
We have 5 cabins total. We're open year-round, and we're close to Devil's Lake State Park.
Just down the road from Rustic Ridge and minutes away from Devil's Head Resort, the old schoolhouse is every HGTV lover's dream and a cozy place for your next event or just to grab a drink.
The schoolhouse is actually 1890 schoolhouse. It was then changed into a personal residence and then a vacation home. The owners of the vacation home actually transformed it into a restaurant. They moved the church, which was down the road, that's also 1890s, and attached it to the schoolhouse and kind of just started transforming the restaurant. There was a little Merrimac jail down at the park, and they craned it over actually and attached that to the schoolhouse. And then eventually the deck was added and a caboose from the early 1900s as well. When I bought the place in April of 2016, it had actually been closed for 10 years. So it demanded a little bit of rehab. So it took 13 months and it kind of transformed the connecting spaces.
Come see the renovations for yourself on Thursdays and Sundays when the old schoolhouse is open to the public. Or take in the historic atmosphere by booking your next special event here.
Enjoying winter in Wisconsin doesn't always mean strapping on skis or snowshoes. In the twin communities of Sauk City and Prairie du Sac, commonly referred to as Sauk Prairie, winter is the best time of year for spotting bald eagles along the Wisconsin River.
Really, our eagle season starts late November and goes all the way through the end of February. When you get to Sauk Prairie, you need to start looking because at any opportune moment, a bird, an eagle, will either fly over the bridge, will land somewhere, will perch along the river.
In an effort to educate the public about these incredible birds, the Ferry Bluff Eagle Council holds bald eagle watching days every winter. Visitors can get up close to birds of prey, learn about preservation efforts, and even go bird watching along the river.
The bus tours, we run them every half an hour here at the event. We go to the 3 what we call the hot spots. We have eagle experts on those buses and they'll talk to you about Eagle facts, answer questions. We like to call it infectious enthusiasm. We need to pump you up. You need to know that this is a great place. Get out of the house. The people that do this stuff every day, they love it. They're passionate about this. And we bring that passion right here to all of these programs, and we bring it to you front and center.
The bald eagles are such an important part of this area, other community businesses are getting involved in the cause, like Wollersheim Winery and Distillery.
We have a special wine made from estate-grown grapes right here on the property, and we are donating 50 cents per bottle sold to preserve eagle habitat along the Wisconsin River.
Even if you can't get to the winery for bald eagle watching days, with their newly opened distillery, Wollersheim is still a fantastic location to enjoy a drink on a chilly day.
We are today the largest Wisconsin winery. We do 1.3 million bottles of wine, plus the distilled spirit, brandy, gin, absinthe, rye whiskey, bourbon, and so on. If you walk up by the vineyard, you can see the Wisconsin River for miles. It's a beautiful spot on the earth.
The beauty of the Sauk Prairie area is a huge draw for local artists, and thanks to the nonprofit River Arts, their work is on full display at different galleries throughout the community. And for the not-so-artistically gifted, there's coloring and coffee at their gallery right along the Wisconsin River.
Well, we want this space to be known as a hangout space for the community. It's not just a gallery space or a retail shopping space. You can come in and have a coffee and color once a month, where it's adult coloring books, and John Joseph coffee, which is delicious, and he's a local brewer as well. So everything we do, we try to keep it as local as possible.
So on a cold winter day, you can be right downtown here, warm up, check out some great art, create some art of your own, have some coffee, have some cocoa,
Listen
and just
to music, all different kinds of arts events. It's a relaxed environment. Everybody should have a little touch of art in their lives every day.
Well, I come here a lot for different events, and it sounded like just a very relaxing morning and fun and social, and I like the coffee.
I have 3 daughters, and they bought me coloring books for Christmas. I think, you know, in Wisconsin, there's so much downtime in the winter where you're indoors, and this is just a great reason to get out, see colors in the midst of a dreary winter. Come here and see some things you may not see anywhere else in the world, right in Wisconsin.
River Arts is located in the heart of Prairie du Sac, just steps from other area attractions. So once you finish your coffee, head over to Vintage Brewing Company to sample some of their tasty brews, or plan a trek along the Great Sauk State Trail, which cuts right through downtown.
The Great Sauk State Trail is a multi-use path that runs from the Wisconsin River up to Devil's Lake State Park that someday will connect to the 400 trail so that you could bike all the way from the Mississippi to the state capitol. This trail's been a dream of Sauk County and Sauk Prairie for decades, and it's an old rail line that is now no longer used. The trail's open all year long. You can cross-country ski or bring your fat tire bike in the winter. This trail connects people from across the state to Sauk Prairie and the people of Sauk Prairie to the rest of the state.
Wisconsin has a lot of winter. There's a lot of winter in this state. From Thanksgiving to almost Easter, you just have to get more creative, wear a few more layers, and it's great. And when it comes to winter creativity, Lake Geneva is on a whole other level, with an entire festival dedicated to the snowy season.
Winterfest is a 9-day celebration of winter. Since we live in Wisconsin and it's cold, we might as well just enjoy it and actually have a whole bunch of events and activities for people to do.
Winterfest kicks off every year the last week of January, and its 9 days are jam-packed with some pretty unique activities, like human dog sled races. Yeah, you heard that right, where humans are the ones in the harness instead of dogs. Or make your way through a stunning ice castle that looks like it dropped right out of a fairy tale. Plus, check out live music, a magic show, helicopter rides over frozen Geneva Lake, and more, inside and out, all across the city.
At the Grand Geneva Resort and Spa, we actually have the Winter Carnival going on. There is a wonderful torch relay at nighttime. There's fireworks up there, usually on the Saturday night. It's just an awesome time for everybody to come out. We have a scavenger hunt. There's a clue room where you can try to find Al Capone's crew and get out of the room. No matter what you're into, what you like, there's something for everybody.
But possibly the biggest draw of Winterfest is the United States National Snow Sculpting Championship, where the best snow sculpting teams from all over the U.S. gather in Lake Geneva with the hope of winning the national title.
We build these 10-foot tall, 8-foot wide cylinders of snow. They pack it into this big packed snow cylinder that gets assigned to each team. So each team has to submit a sketch. They have to draw out what they're going to sculpt, and then they submit a clay model. And the clay model is what they're judged on when they produce their sculpture. It has to be really intricate design, and it really needs to be to scale. The last day, they actually work all night long because they want to be done before it's judged. And they'll be up all night at 3 o'clock in the morning out by spotlights, sanding the snow to get it to look like ivory. It's pretty amazing. It's an amazing form of art.
I'm from Loveland, Colorado. This is me and Steve's 7th piece, I believe, together. Right before the deadline, we got to come up with something. And we pretty much just starts off what would be cool texture-wise, and then we all just brainstorm and come up with a piece from there. Through the depths of darkness, light remains is the name of it. And this one, we just kind of went after a different texture, more of a melting look into the snow.
We love coming for the sculptures. We've been out here for the last 4 years, and it's something we love to do as a family.
I've seen just a couple of them. I'm gonna go around and see more. It's very cool. I think it's a good time to get people together and enjoying, the outdoors, even in the wintertime.
The winner goes on to represent the United States at the International Snow Sculpting Championship.
And our first place, Gene Kemper People's Choice Award, goes to block number 3,
We're celebrating winter here in Lake Geneva. Everybody embraces it, from the cocoa crawl to the chili cook-off. What's really nice is that everybody opens their doors, so it's kind of like, if you're cold, come in and get warm. It's kind of what Lake Geneva is about.
Wisconsinites know to embrace the cold, embrace the snow, and take advantage of what we have to do here. So winter is really a great time in this state if you know how to dress for it and you know how to have fun with it.